First off, I like to say congratulations on making your debut on Billboard's R&B chart top 30, landing
Thank
in
you.
number 26 this week for your latest
Thank you.
single, I Am You. So
Thank you so
congratulations.
much. I appreciate that. It feels good. It feels good. I Miss You's my baby, man. I've been holding on to this record for a while, and it's super dope to see people gravitate to it and really get to that vibe, because that's what I really was trying to create with this record, was a whole vibe of love, because the world is, as you know, is missing a lot of love, and I felt like instead of putting out music about partying and clubbing, because there's no such thing right now of people really living it up, let me talk about that love. So it feels dope to see that not only as a charting and I'm getting my recognition for it, but people are actually vibing to it.
Did you know it was going to be like this big? Like to hit 26, and I feel like it's going to reach lower too. To like.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm nervous. I've been praying. Thank you. Let's keep it crossed. I feel like, yeah, I had a feeling it was a dope song. I did feel confident with the song because we put our all into that song. We, literally sat there for hours making sure we mixed everything and made sure everything sounded right. So I feel like, yeah, I put that much work in because I wanted to see it get the respect that it deserves. So,
Right.
yeah, I definitely think it was supposed to be the way it's set.
For the people that don't know you out there, let me give you a runaround, guys. So he is a singer, he's a songwriter, producer, pianist. You've worked with Rick Ross, Cardi B, like you mentioned before, Jadakiss, just to name a few. Now, give people like a background on how you all started with KSR Group.
Okay, so the whole KSR situation, I was introduced to Shaft 2015, and I was working with a bunch of artists at the time. I was producing, and I had my own songs out. I already at that time been endorsed by Stevie Wonder and Brian McKnight and all my favorite artists. And looking at my life as a whole, I was at a place where I was kind of trying to rebrand myself and figure out like what's next for me as an artist. And I got to a real comfortable place with meeting Shaft, who's the CEO of KSR. And I'm at the radio station one day at Power 105.1 New York, and I'm promoting this song I have called Real Chick. And, DJ Self is playing the record, and we're lit, we're all up there. And Shaft is at the time at the station because he worked with DJ Self. And he's like, yo, I need to get with you. Like, you're talented. I know you got a bunch of stuff going on. We need to get up. So I'm like, all right, thinking nothing of it. He was Haitian. I'm Haitian. So I was like, okay, I felt that, South Passe connection. And then the next day he calls me and I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, remember me from yesterday? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, text me your address. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I just met this dude in the studio last night. Now he's trying to pull up to my crib, me just being an artist and, not knowing what's going on. And he goes to me in 2015, he goes, I got an artist I need you to work with. I need you to help develop. And I said, okay, what's the artist's name? And the artist's name happened to be Cardi B. And that's when I said to myself, I saw everything. I felt the vibe. I met Cardi. I felt everything they were building and trying to become. And I wanted to be a part of it and add my specialties of my artistry and my ability and my music technicality to the situation. And that's how we linked up.
So when you met Cardi B, did you know she was going to be as big as what she is now?
Absolutely. I had lost a lot of, respect from a lot of people. I won't say their names, but they were like, yo, how you going to be endorsed by Stevie Wonder? You a jewel, you're a musician. You work with this one, and now you're going to work with Cardi B, who's got a thigh, who's in a strip club. Because when I met her, she was actually working still. So this was before Love and Hip Hop. And I just felt that energy. Like, I felt like what it was. And I knew it was going to be something. And I stuck to it and blocked out all the negativity that people were, when you ask your boys for advice, like, yo, what you think? Like, I got put onto this project. Y'all think I should jump on it? Everyone told me no. Everybody was like, nope. And I said, you know what? If everyone says no, most likely something's good about this. I said, I'm going to stick to this. And I stuck to it, and boom. Things went viral, and super dope. Shout out to Cardi and the whole label. We still label mates. She's still on the label KSR, which is the label, and we've been lit. Everybody's getting lit.
You mentioned you're co-signed by Stevie Wonder, the Stevie Wonder, and Brian
Yeah.
McKnight. Like, how did that come about, and how do you feel to be co-signed by them?
So, if you don't know, I started off playing like boring music at 6 years old. My mom, she was into like classical music, so she would tell me like, girls are gonna love music like this, and I would play this for all types of beautiful girls in class. And when I finished, putting in emotion, pick my head up and look up, 9 out of 10 times that girl would run out the room. So I'd be like, damn, Mom, that classical music doesn't work. Like, I need to get with the R&B music. The first song that I ever wrote now happened to put me in front of my two idols, Brian McKnight and Stevie Wonder. And it's called First Time. So this is the song that I first released after just being a college student that I've been practicing classical music for the majority of my life.
Okay.
And I'm on this big promo tour, and everybody's just gravitating to this song called First Time. And I wrote this song all in my head. I couldn't believe, like, one day I just woke up and I was with Brian McKnight and Stevie Wonder, and they endorsed me off this song. And I'm gonna perform a little bit for a few.
Okay.
This is my first Billboard record. Turn on the lights so I can see what I'm doing, girl. I'm loving the way how you move, oh, watch you do that, girl. Mine is those shoes, listen up, I'm gonna be attraction girl, I love my girl, loving the way I rock your girl. Pull on your hair, cause you love it when I do that, girl. Tonight's a special night for us.
What is your favorite moment about yourself? When do you truly feel at peace? Is it playing the piano?
Yeah, I do. I feel like this instrument saved my life. Looking back, knowing that coming from a single family home, my pops wasn't really around, and my mom's been going through a lot as a black woman in America. You think about what we doing today. I know back then for her it was even crazy. So just all those struggles with 5 kids in New York City by yourself, and English being your second language, I felt like this was like my best friend. And I felt like anytime I would, have a problem with life that I couldn't cope with, I would just write about it on this piano. So I feel like that's why I promote music so much for children. And my whole biggest goal after this music is to go and open up a music school, because I feel like this really will save children's lives, and it will bring more peace into communities and more, just more harmony, because I feel like music is so important, and if more parents would give it to their children, they would notice that it would help them deal with a lot of the stresses in life. Yeah. So I feel like this is definitely my purest form when I'm the happiest.
Now tell me a little bit about where you're from. You're originally from Queens. So how did Queens
Born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens.
Born where?
Born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens.
Okay,
born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about what it's like growing up in Queens, and how did it shape you as a person?
It shaped me because Queens is such a diverse, community of people, so many different people, and I think it might be the most diverse city in all of America. But it's just gave me everything that I need to know about culture, different cultures, different sounds, different waves. I definitely love Queens, and I feel like it's who I am today, from the way I dress, from the way I talk, to the lingo of my fashion, the kicks, everything, the music, how I approach certain things. It's just being somebody growing up in Queens, and I don't really know how to explain that any other way. You got to be a Queens person to know that.
What keeps Josh X grounded?
It's a good question. My mother, she really, had a very humbling beginning. Came in America with nothing, just trying to make a better life for herself. She pretty much taught me that there's nobody else in life that can make you humble but God. And if God chooses to humble you, you'll never recover. So as a person that's put that in my mind, that God-fearing element of just treating everyone good because you don't want any bad vibes coming to your way is what my mom instilled in me as a child, and it stayed with me for the rest of my life as well, because that's, she always says, You know, I can't humble you, but if God humbles you, you are not going to want to be kicked off that high horse. So you better make sure, because what comes up must come down.
So I'm a believer as well, and I see that you're a believer. You've been grinding for a while, like grinding for a while. As you elevate in your career, how important is your faith?
It's even more important because I felt like the fact that my faith is the most important thing, it's taking me a little longer because there's certain things I won't compromise in this industry over my faith. I feel like if I have to stay, and Stevie Wonder told me this as well. He said, you know, he would only endorse me if I was going to be an artist to bring change to this world and love. And I feel like my faith has a lot to do with that. So I feel like as long as my faith would ever be compromised, I would never do it. So I feel like in the industry, as big as you get, the more temptation, the more pressures of the world, the more drug addictions could get put on you, the more bad associations. And, you know, in my faith, it says bad association spoils useful habits. So I feel like as big as you get, you'll get more associations. So I try to keep my circle nice and tight knit, nice and tight, so nobody can really put those things that I know that would stumble me with my faith. And it's so far been okay. I've so far been very blessed to say that my soul is intact. And I feel great that I make music to keep my soul intact and to make sure that that never gets compromised.
I hear you talking about your mother a lot, so I know she's definitely played a vital role in your career and just in your life overall. Who else in your life played an accountability partner for you?
I know this is going to sound crazy, and I don't know if somebody ever said that, but I would say God. I didn't have anybody outside of my mom. Unfortunately, I had to be my own man and learn to become my own man really quick. And through that, I used to lean on God a lot because my mom, as a person, said, whatever you can't deal with, just throw it on God. When you have to ask somebody for questions, man can't lead you. Ask God. So as a child, I used to pray like, God, you know, I need answers, I need help, I need strength, I need this, I need that. And that was kind of my always assignment, you know, my silent partner that, you know, we hear spiritually, but not in the flesh. And through that really was who I leaned on because I was stuck. You know, my mom, she didn't have everything. We didn't have, you know, the bells and the whistles. We just had great education because she sacrificed 3 jobs to make sure she could put us in those schools. Mm-hmm. And that was it. You feel me? Like, there was no fancy clothing, no fancy cars in the driveway. You know, I didn't have Jordans until I became a man and was able to go buy myself some Jordans. So reality was God was my coach. You feel me? When I used to feel like, damn, you know, where am I going to get the strength from? I would lean on God for it. And to me, I felt like that's all I've ever needed. And hopefully people will find some encouragement from this.
What else do you have planned for 2020? Are we expecting like an EP from you?
Yeah, I got an EP coming, the Josh X Project. It's going to be lit. The X Project is going to be it's going to be something that I think people are going to vibe to because it's my biggest, well, I should say longest body of work. I put 10 songs on here, and I feel like I got a lot of heat on here. I got a song with Fabio Foreign, Going Dummy, which we shot the video, which is dope. That's coming, and I have other features as well. And I'm looking to drop that this fall, maybe sometime next month or at the end of this month. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm debating, depending on how I misuse climbing, which is climbing, but I'm really focused on that and making sure that that gets the right, you know, respect that it deserves and reaches its maximum position on that chart. Trying to get it to number 1. You feel me?
And you
trying to go number 1.
You will. I'm still gonna stream I Miss You. I have it on title right now.
Yeah. Thank you. Put your friends on, put your homegirls on, your homeboys on, let them know. You know what I mean? Let them know they could check me out. And definitely that's my focus. I Miss You, and then the X Project following sometime this fall. And just pretty much doing a bunch of virtual shows. I'll be performing for Howard University this month. I'll be doing Howard University in DC. So I'm really excited about that. And just doing a bunch of virtual shows until we wrap up back to being able to touch the stage and seeing people in front of you again, which I can't wait for.
But yes, it was a real, truly good experience talking to you today, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.